Okay, so we are going to get started with this fun fall kit. And it's a pretty simple kit to put together, but I did it for the craft along because I love the fall colors in here, and this is for our fall volume event. So we wanted to put together something that you could do in just maybe 15-20 minutes, but have a really fun layout with lots of space for pictures. So to get started, I'm going to move these out of my way and I'll show you I have everything punched out here for die cuts. If you don't already, you can actually, a lot of times I leave them all put together and I just grab them as I need them. But right now I have them punched out and I just kept them with their colors. I'm going to move them out of the way for the moment so I can move in my pages. These, I knew that they were going to be layered up, so I just kind of laid them together. The easiest way to attach these smaller die cuts is to use a glue pin. So you'll want to grab a glue pin, and as we go, I'm just going to barely tack things down because later you can peel them back up, put pictures in, and then glue them down more with a little more with better adhesive. Totally up to you how you would like to do it, but I'm going to keep all of my die cuts kind of color coordinated in their piles. I also wanted to point out that if you've done a Quick Quotes kit before, you know that we use basically everything we can. So we use the negatives a lot of times. So you can see here, there's one of the pumpkins that gets punched out of this backer here. This is still going to be used. You won't see the pumpkin part, but it's going to be used for one of the photo backers. So don't throw these pieces away. And a lot of times we use the outside, the negative part of the large die cuts too. So if you're doing Quick Quotes kits, just know you don't want to throw anything away until you are finished, because we try to use a lot. These, even the insides of this frame, I'm going to punch those out right now too. These are used for tags, so don't throw away the inside part. And then this outside, the tags are used on page 1. The outside frame is used on page 2. So I'll set those aside. And we will get started on page 1. Put that here for you to see for a second. And then I already put my tree trunks with the page. So you can see here, you'll want the tree trunk that bends to the left. We'll get started on this page. And I'm gonna sit my page 2 right next to it. I don't think this is all gonna be in the screen, but just so you know, I sit this right next to it because I can just kind of lay pieces on it as we go as well. We'll work mostly on the page 1 for now. So with our instructions, for those of you who have not done a Quick Quotes kit before, we try to be very clear on our instructions. There is a clear photo on the front. There's suggested powder puff chalking inks, which I said earlier, there are some in our sale category. But if you have this kit, you also got a bundle of some fall colors with that. And we don't normally discount our powder puff chalking inks or put it in a bundle, but you got a really good deal on this one. And then we added a few colors to the sale category for this weekend. So check that out. But we always do suggestions there. On the back, there's another clear picture. We put letters so that there's step-by-steps that coordinate with the letters on the page. And then we always start with, if there is any cutting diagrams or ribbon cutting or anything like that, we put it at the top so you can get kind of those little pieces out of the way first. And then we just do step-by-step. So I might not be going right now step-by-step as far as what is on the instructions, but that's what makes it easy to just watch a video and follow along. So to begin with, we have our, and as you go, just chalk your pieces up however you choose. Let me get my other page here. And if you have other colors of chalking inks at home, feel free to try some new colors too. I like to take maybe like the outside of my die cuts and test out a different color. Here, I actually have, here's a green that is not suggested on there. Oh, it's brand new. I'll open it up. This is Seafoam, which might be really pretty on that yellow. And you can always test out new colors just on the edge of it and see if that's something that you would like with the kit that you're doing. And then here is Mango Mai Tai. That one looks really pretty on yellow. That's a really nice fall color too. That one's really close to the fall leaves color that came with your bundle. So anyway, give some different colors a try. But you do have the ones that we had suggested if you had bought this in a bundle. And we are going to start, and like I said earlier, I'm just going to lay mine down or barely tack it down, which you're welcome to do as well, and then put pictures in later. Before you glue anything down, you're going to want to chalk up all of your pieces. This is amaretto, which you also have, and I just do the ends. You can see it just kind of highlights the ends of the tree trunk. Just gives it a little extra dimension and color there. And again, if you want to get this all laid out, I'm gonna kind of move along here and get things onto the page in order. But you can always pull these right back up and chalk them as you go. I'll chalk this with this is fall leaves. You can do just the tips there, or you can just run it down this side. I kind of like messy, so I just run it down the side. And then this piece goes about, the straight line goes about an inch up from the bottom, and it actually gets tucked underneath your tree here. So you want to start on the left side and about an inch up from the bottom. And if you want to work on both pages at the same time, you can. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And it touches the right side, just tucked under the tree about an inch up. And then your next step is to grab you have these two negative pieces that I was talking about. The smaller one goes on page 1, the larger one goes on page 2, and then you have the photo backers that go on top of it. So page 1, this goes right on top of here, and then we'll put this one on the second page. I know you probably can't see the entire second page, but I'm just laying things on that page that we will glue down later. And the trickiest part of this is finding the size leaves that you need. So to start on this page, you want to grab the largest burgundy leaf and the largest brown leaf. These are going to be tucked on the side here. And I always do my layouts with just laying them on there and then kind of doing adhesive later, because according to how your pictures are or which pictures you're using, you may want to switch it up a little bit and change things around a little bit. If you want to put this way because that's the kind of picture you have, you definitely can. But I will just lay them down here. You can pick them up, tack them down later. So you also need a large yellow. I'm going to chalk that one up a little bit. I love this new fall leaves color. Oh, actually, this one is the mango. I grabbed the wrong one. They're really similar, just a little bit different. You can also do that on the brown, which gives it a really pretty color as well. And I also brought in blackberry cobbler. I don't know if some of you have this from last year or the year before, this blackberry cobbler. You can't see it real well on this burgundy, but I'll also use it on some of the other leaves as well. Your happy fall. I'll lay these out and then I may have to rearrange just a little bit. And like I said, have a glue pen on hand because this is what is going to make it easy to layer these little pieces up. I just put a little bit. You don't have to put it all over the whole piece, but just a little bit here and there. Add that to the backer. Like I said, this is a fairly simple kit, but we love to do simple. But when you're done, it looks really full and beautiful. And I already realized that I just did something. This is why I don't glue it down. Your big yellow leaf actually goes at the top, you can see here. So we have a large yellow leaf, a medium orange, and a small burgundy. And down here, we need a medium yellow. So we'll use this guy. And actually, I'll do that one in the blackberry cobbler. It leaves kind of a burgundy, like a purplish color, which mix in nicely with fall. Put that one down here. And then your tags are actually the center of your frame from page 2. So chalk these up as you go. I'm going to use, what other color? Amaretto. I think you got amaretto in your bundle, so this amaretto is nice to, it matches the tree trunk, and it has just a little hint of kind of a reddish color in it. Chalk these up. This is one of our most popular colors, amaretto. And then we'll do the F on fall. And this is kind of fun for some little photos here. And then when we have any kind of embellishment for our kits, we always try to keep them together and nice and neat in one little packet like this so that they don't get lost in your kit. We try to be pretty organized about it to make your life easier when you go to put these together. And then we adhere a button on each. Now we need our medium orange leaf and a small burgundy. So next we need the small pumpkin, brown pumpkin backer with the orange overlay. And again, this one is pretty delicate. Careful punching it out of your die cut and use your glue pin to put little dots on the back. And this goes right here. So this is one reason I don't tack it down to begin with either, is because if you have photos that you know that you're going to have to move these up a little further to see faces or something like that, you can do that and then glue these down later. So if you like our kits, like I said earlier, there is lots of them that we just added to the sale category at shopquickquotes.com. So check out the sale category. There's also paper packs in there as well that some of those we only have 5 or 6 packs left of. So check that out before they're gone. I am using fall leaves, and this is one technique that I love, is to make it 3 different colors. Kind of an ombre effect. So I do just the tops, And I leave a little yellow in the middle and then grab a different color for the bottom. And I'm actually going to use this seafoam green, which you can use any color you would like. I know that you have 3 to choose from that came with your kit, but I'm going to use a little green. Whoop. And I just love the look of this being 3 different colors, a little dark on the bottom. And that's an easy way to get kind of a plain paper to look a little more busy and colorful. Do the tops of the L's, tops of the A's. One thing about our powder puff chalking inks is this curve right here. It comes in really handy for some to get in the corners. Just like I was doing the A, I can use just the rounded edge there so you get just the top of that. But this is really fun to do with any piece, adding color to the top and then the bottom, and it just makes the paper look like it has a little more character. That seafoam green looks really pretty on there. A burgundy or something would look pretty too, the amaretto. And basically our first page is done. That was super simple, and I'm gonna move that right out of the way. And you can tack them down just slightly and then put pictures in and do it again later. So that they are held down a little better. I'm going to move this page 2 in. And page 2, we're layering just like we did on the first page. And again, there is a frame right here. You don't want to tack it all the way down because you're going to put a big picture in the background there. We already have this going. And this one, we actually, once this is all together, which I will tack it together just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to do 2 different colors on this. So I am actually going to do green on here. I do a little more in the corners. Lightly drag it across. Do a little more in the corners. Gives it a little extra dimension. And then on this one, I am going to use the fall leaves. And you just have to do the very edge of this because you have a photo mat going over top of it. Tack that down just a little bit. And then what I did, this is why I didn't glue this down to begin with, is I actually went underneath this little, and if you do glue this down, I would do just the trunk so that you can kind of play with these branches and see how you want your photo to go in there. I'm going to tuck this one in. And then we just layer up the pieces. You can see the large pumpkin goes on the small pumpkin. Starts here. And then there's a small brown overlay. And then this piece, you'll want to put a picture in before you tack it all the way down. But I tuck this in and I just line it up with the yellow piece that is in there. Your frame goes right next to that. And again, you can either put it right under your tree. You have one more button for the top of that. So you'll want to, and when you put pictures in here, what you can do is actually lay this frame right on your photo, and I would trace the outside edge so that you can cut it so that it fits right behind there. Trace onto your photo so that you know how large to cut your photo. And then it is just chalking up and layering your leaves on there as well. So as you can see, our kits are pretty simple, but by the time you have it done and when you add pictures to it, it really feels like you have done lots of work on the page. We have all of these little swirly things that get tucked in. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. And this got tucked in right behind this frame. And then you can just kind of follow the photos for that or add them wherever you would like. So our step-by-step instructions, I know that was a quick video, but our step-by-step instructions, they have everything in there that we just talked about. I'm glad you got this deal with the fall kit and the Powder Puff chalking inks to go with it.